Hey sweetheart, how are you doing? Welcome to Nanyacim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, do not forget to smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload. And then here we go. So there is this particular gist going round on TikTok that there is nothing like colorism. Like a full-grown man made this video that there aren't anything like colorism, that we're just making it up and all that. You know what? I could not catch up with his video because it's been removed on TikTok, but then I was able to gather all the stitches, and I will be leaving you to watch all of them, and then we'll talk about it. Let's get into it.
All right, first of all, colorism isn't real. All right, it's not a real thing. It's just something you women made up back in like 2014 or 2015 or so to shame men into dating darker skinned women. But let's just be honest, bro. Dark skinned women are fine and all, but listen, have y'all ever dealt with yourself before? Dark skinned women are not the easiest to deal with. All right, they're loud as fuck. They're combative. They're very argumentative. They just give you a lot of this. You feel what I'm saying? While light-skinned women, they know how to be more subtle and civil and chill. They're more easygoing. You can bring them around your moms. You can actually bring them around your mama because, you know, they know how to be women. So I feel like you dark-skinned women need to take notes from these light-skinned women because they're winning by a long shot, miles ahead of y'all. And let's just be honest.
This man's so lost in the sauce of colorism, he's trying to argue against it while proving it exists. Bruh consciousness is structured by European standards of beauty, and that's why he got all these old characteristics of being subtle and being aggressive that he putting on light skin and dark skin. Did he really say that colorism was invented in 2013 or 2014 to guilt men to dating dark skinned women? Did him really say that? And just for context, I'm going to define the word that he said doesn't exist, right? Colorism is defined as prejudice or discrimination against individuals with dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Notice that it's individuals with dark skin tone. So when he characterizes dark skinned women as being loud, angry, and aggressive with attitudes, that's textbook colorism. Textbook. And not only does colorism exist, the complexities of it can get real ugly too. For instance, do y'all understand how colorism impacts the Latino community? It's a cross-cultural phenomenon. Do you know how colorism impacts not only South Asia, but Asia in general? That man talked about colorism in the context of relationships. So we also know that colorism and punishment amongst Hispanics in the justice system is very much a thing as well. And with it being cross-cultural, in the African-American community, the darker your skin is, the more likely you are to end up in American jail. And that's based up on statistics and research, facts over feelings. According to the study, it isn't just being black that makes a person more likely to be sentenced in jail in the U.S. It's how black they are. A person's lifetime chance of having been arrested, they study found is directly proportional to the darkness of their skin. And peep game, though the colorism definition is very simplistic when it comes to being about dark-skinned people, we recognize that dark-skinned men a lot of times be lost in the sauce of colorism because of how we benefit from it in many different instances. Dark-skinned women due to colorism is seen as being more hard, more masculine, less feminine, having attitudes and all that, right? Those same characteristics sometimes benefit black men, especially when it comes to a dark-skinned man in relationships. Trust me, I know. Dark-skinned men been sensationalized in red bones and yellow bones and light skin since then to the beginning of hip-hop. So is it willful ignorance when you say that colorism doesn't exist and it was something made up in like 2014? Education is elevation. I want to know.
All right, first of all, colorism isn't real. All right, it's not a real thing.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of People Messing with Dark-Skinned Women for No Damn Reason. Hello, my name is Onyx Star, and I am an extremely dark-skinned woman. The first thing that you see in your video is that colorism is not a real thing, that it was invented in 2014, 2015. Am I right? By your own words? I have been experiencing colorism since the 1980s. Yes, that is how old I am. Have you ever heard of the paper bag tests? The paper bag test was this thing where they would put a paper bag up to your skin, and if you were darker than the paper bag, then you were considered unvaluable, undesirable, unattractive, and unworthy. If you were the same color or lighter than the paper bag, then you were considered elegant, beautiful, and attractive. That is exactly what you just did in your video. It was the 2022 version of the paper bag test, which you just did in your video. I'm not here to insult you, baby. I'm here to talk to you. See, I experience things from racist people. They look at me and they go, oh, that's another uneducated, ghetto, loudmouth, angry black woman. And then I walk into my own neighborhood and I get, oh, there's another ghetto, loudmouth, ratchet, dark skin from my own people. And it gets tiring. This conversation is very, very old for me. I have been having it my entire life. I've never understood it, but the reality is simple. And I always find it funny that I always get this hate mostly from men who are the same complexion as me. I'm not here to talk about your mama. I'm not here to talk about your sisters, aunties, and cousins, because I don't care. I'm just trying to let you know that this thing isn't new. This has been going on for a very, very long time, probably before my grandmother was born, and she's 95 years old. I just want to tell you to be careful. Just be careful with what you say, baby. Be careful.
All right, first of all, colorism isn't real. All right, it's not a real thing. It's just something you women made up back in like 2014 or 2015 or so to shame men into dating darker skinned women. But let's just be honest, bro. Dark skinned women are fine and all, but listen, have y'all ever dealt with yourself before? Dark skinned women are not the easiest to deal with. All right, they're loud as fuck, they're combative, they're very argumentative.
Dude said colorism isn't real, and then proceeds to be very much colorist. Wow.
Colorism isn't real. All right, it's not a real thing.
Across videos like these, I realize it's not even sad no more. It's just pitiful, because the resources for giving yourself and allowing yourself to have a better understanding are there. Black women who have shared their continuous experiences of colorism are there. I'm thoroughly convinced that there are a subset of men who look like myself who are not going to listen anymore. And it's pitiful because the generational curses that are being broken by men like myself and men who are actually trying to do the work is also being subsequently thwarted by men who don't ever want to listen, and then they'll be the same one who push these toxic ideals in regards to black women, especially in regards to issues within the black community. I cannot say that I'm sorry for those who refuse to unlock their consciousness and wake up, but I can say that I am inherently sorry and sorrowful for those who you will create, who will have to subsequently experience the same curses that you're putting out into this world onto their own lives.
And I am going to say that some people, it's really amazing how that man, he's trying to argue against it. Argue that there is nothing like colorism, still proving it exists, and that is absolutely golden, And at this point, I am kind of confused, that they do this on purpose. They just bring this kind of topic to probably get on some people's nerves and all that, because I really do not know how a grown man today would think as a dark skin, or like a dark skinned woman, or a dark skin, because his system was on a dark skinned woman. I am just sometimes I feel like I am just done. I feel like I can't just be real, or this cannot just be real. No, bro, leave us in peace and leave us alone. If you think there is no colorism, it's all right, fine, we get it. And I hope your mother is I just don't want to go there, but it's all right. This is actually a very, very great one, and I absolutely love how the people that spoke. And I want to say a very big thank you to them, the people I lifted their video from TikTok. And if you really want to check them out, I will leave their names in the description box. Check it out, and then if you want to. And I want to say thank you so much for all your support, and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.